Daddies, don't do it.
Okay.
Don't you?
And just when you thought it was safe, it is absolutely, positively. Good evening to you, and welcome again to still the most controversial television talk show in the world, on the planet, anywhere. Last few days, I just come out of suits. It's been hot, and sometimes I just don't feel like looking for all of them accessories that go with looking good every day. But so now, and I make looking good so easy, so I just do what I do. Hey, tonight I'm kind of doing a public service show. I got two guests. My other guest has not arrived as of yet. With my other guest, which is Apostle Ricky Floyd, we're going to be telling you about a big event that's taking place on Sunday evening that I am a part of, that's going to be dealing with trying to see if we can come up with some answers for the violence that is going on in the Raleigh, the Fraser community, and really the entirety of this city. But first of all, let me tell you something. Funeral homes are having a hard time now. Y'all mama's dying, y'all dad is dying, y'all children dying, and when they get dead, y'all ain't got no money. Okay? Funeral homes now are having to hold your mama in the back room for 2, 3 weeks till y'all get some money. Okay, they are. It's a shame. Y'all take your mama to the funeral home and y'all just leave your mama there. I was at one funeral home and it took the people a month to have a funeral because they didn't have no money. And the one thing that funeral homes know is that you can't bury your mama before you get your money. Mm-mm. No, because once mama go in the ground, you ain't gonna never get paid. Funeral home don't never get paid. Y'all, she gone now, she buried now. No, no. So funeral homes now are having to hold your mama. Okay. That was a year I raised about 20,000 to bury folk. I was trying to be helpful. I was Captain Save a Hoe. And I saved a lot of you hoes. But then everybody that died thought I was supposed to bury your mama. When my mama died, I paid for my mama. I paid for everything. I paid for the funeral and the grave, everything. I paid for everything. The headstone, everything. That was my mama. Y'all gonna be thinking that about y'all's mama. So when people call me now, and especially if you're not a member of the Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministry, I ask you one question. Do you have a shovel? Huh? Do you have a shovel? What am I gonna do with the shovel? Go out in your backyard, dig you a hole, and put your mama there. I ain't burying nobody's mamas no more. It's got to be a real tragedy for me to get involved. Because see, y'all take advantage of people who try to be nice. So everyone needs some life insurance. Okay? You need some life insurance. If it's only enough to bury you, you need some life insurance. I see folk when your folk get dead, y'all go get them GoFundMe's, okay? And that ain't it. Y'all go get all these T-shirts. It ain't got no funeral money. So tonight, you know, and I remember, I remember, I was such a Captain Saberhole a few years ago that uh, some people died up there in Fraser, got dead, and I got, I felt sorry for the people. I went and got the casket for the dead girl. I paid for the casket. I paid for the grave. I bought the dead girl's clothes. Then I really got in Captain Saberhole mode. The folks didn't have no furniture in the house. I went and got furniture. Didn't have no stove and refrigerator. I got the stove and the refrigerator. I even took time out of my day and went to the funeral. I paid for the grave. Got to the cemetery. They had called me. They wanted me to get the repast. I said, not damn. I said, y'all can get your own damn chicken and string beans. That's all you're gonna get to go to the chicken house. Do you know I had to pull my gun in the cemetery? And one of the brothers of the dead girl want to attempt to attack me because his sister's body didn't have no vault and it was going down in the dirt. Now these niggas ain't bought nothing for the dead girl. Nothing. And at that point, I made up my mind I was through burying y'all folk. So when you call me now, unless you are a member of the church, and don't come and join the church because you know your mama finna die. Okay, your mama gonna die next week, so you gonna come and join the church this week. No, I'm gonna hand you that shovel and tell you to go and dig you a hole in the backyard and bury your mama. But folk ain't grateful no more. And then you come to the church and you want to talk about the preacher when the preacher won't bury your dead mama. That's your mama. You ain't been to the church. You won't come and sit on the front row. You won't say amen. And then you want to get mad when we don't bury him. I don't give a damn. I don't get as mad as you want. Okay? Get as mad. Because at Auburn North, if you can come up with $5.95, you can burn your mama up and put in one of them little vases and take her home and put her on the counter. But I said, now let me help the people. Because I was talking to an undertaker that had somebody's mama 4 weeks. And y'all done act like y'all forgot your mama dead. Okay? Yeah. Y'all done act like you sent your mama over there. They done embalmed your mama. She just sitting back there on the table. Just sitting there. Wondering when she gonna leave. When the hell am I gonna get out of here? I'm trying to get to heaven. I'm still stuck here in the funeral home. But the folk ain't brought no money. Okay. So your mama gonna be over there. She gonna be an end piece out the while. I told if you get some dead people that got some money, stand their mama up in the corner. But what I did. So I brought somebody today that's in the insurance business. I'm trying to help somebody that's in the insurance business. I brought a young lady that I'll put my name behind her. I will. I'll put my name behind her. She's an entrepreneur. She got 2 or 3 businesses now. 2 or 3. I told her a couple of years ago when she quit a good job, that was a good government job that she had. I said, you done lost your mind. giving up your job. But I'm very proud of this young lady. She's went on, she's building her business. And if y'all know somebody that ain't got no insurance, then this young lady is going to be able to help you. I'm going to keep on here for about 20, 30 minutes because I want to talk about saving the lives of your children so y'all ain't got to use that insurance policy real quickly. This young lady, I've known this young lady a long time. In fact, I've known this young lady that's going to come here all of her life, all her life, all her life. I was there when she stuck her head out into the world. I was there. I was right there. When she jumped out, I was right there. This young lady is an insurance agent who's doing quite well, and I want you, everybody that does not have insurance, when I come back from this commercial message, this young lady that I've known all of her life, Dominique Michelle Matthews, my youngest daughter. What, you 30 years old now, ain't you, girl? 30 years old, ain't got now husband yet, because I keep telling her, you can't have none of these broke ass niggas. Okay, and I keep telling her, if his ass broke, you don't even entertain a conversation with a man that ain't making as much money as you. If he ain't making as much money, baby, you just stay single, cause your daddy help you when you ain't got no man, but her daddy don't help her when she got a man. You ain't got no man right now, do you, baby? She manless, and she ain't looking for no man. She just looking to sell y'all some insurance. So we're gonna take a commercial break, and when we come back, Dominique Matthews, and she's gonna talk about selling you some insurance. We'll be right back. Reverend, you better get you one of them t-shirts.
I'm gonna wait till election night. Dominique said we're gonna be chasing out her potential husbands.
Huh?
She said stick to selling insurance. Gonna be
Come on, girl.
chasing out her potential husbands.
Coaches or whatever your name is, you gone.
Okay. Okay, now I can see.
Who is hot in here?
Yeah.
I got the pan on our.
Uh-huh. I don't know what more to do.
Y'all look so cute.
Well, thank you.
Do what?
If you gotta get a picture. You
Get your
try.
picture.
What, you trying to get a picture?
Yes, take a picture. Come on, we about to.
You want my dignified look?
Come on, take a picture.
Come on. Come on, take this picture.
Stop being silly. That's your dignified look.
Freaky. How many pictures you take?
As many as I need to. That jacket nice, man. I hear light.
Are you picking both of us up, or can you tell right this minute?
You said what?
Can you are you picking both of us up?
It should be able to pick up the other.
Okay. We used to the other night that way, didn't we?
Yeah. But just.
No, he don't like the shirt.
Y'all need to get some more damn microphone. Pastor, how you today?
Good, Reverend.
You got your, do you have it on your real page? That is.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no.
Yeah,
Try-
it's ears dragging.
I told you, the Thaddeus A values. And then on the church page, it's everywhere. Randy White,
Huh?
yeah, Randy White. Is your page open, Thaddeus?
Huh? I put it on, cause it's already, it's on my page.
It's no, your page is saying, is your page leaving a message?
Huh?
It's not on your page.
It is on my page.
It's on YouTube too.
It's on my page. Yeah, you do look rather pretty though.
Send it to me, Daddy. It's Daddy's message on YouTube. Mhm. Yeah. Yep. Want me close to you?
Huh?
Want me close to you?
If you want me. How your mama?
She's good. You gonna drink that water?
Huh?
You gonna drink that water? What can I have some
You need
more water?
one,
I done drank that of it.
yeah, another one for her.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we gotta get it.
Your mama watching you?
I told her, she trying to find the channel and everything.
Y'all got all, you,
Cause it's
you got
different on direct
Comcast?
TV. No.
It ain't on direct.
Oh, I told her if she couldn't find it on there, to go to your page.
Okay.
Yeah, you want me watching?
And I want to apologize to C Hub's Towing. I was in such a hurry to get that commercial in, didn't do a little prepping to it. It will be perfect tomorrow night. Randall Wade Jr., that's Randy Wade's son, that you can see in the commercial. If you need your car towed at all, 643-9954. But Randy, if you're watching, I'll make sure that commercial is prepped and in there right on tomorrow. Dominique Michelle Matthews, daddy's baby girl, just as spoiled as her ass can be. But I ain't had to spoil her in a while. I might now have to go back to spoiling since she manless.
Oh my God.
Huh? Hey, baby.
What's up, Dad?
You're looking gorgeous as ever.
Well, thank you. I try to do what I can for my country.
Me and your mama did an excellent job, what you did.
Yeah, I did.
One of my finer creations. But look, folk always worry me about insurance, and they always worry me about they mamas and daddies being dead and the children's being dead. You are in the insurance business. Put that lower thirds up if you did it. Dominique, insurance. Is insurance something that is affordable for everyone?
It is actually the cheapest life insurance you're gonna actually buy, depending on your age.
Okay.
That's depending on your age. Now, for some reason, our people likes to wait until we 60 and we got gout and we done broke a leg and we got diabetes and we like near to death.
Babe, you talking about your dad?
To say, I need some life insurance. I cannot put life insurance on you while you are in the hospital. I cannot put life insurance on you when you like near. These are things that it's got
Wait a
to
minute,
be.
so if you damn near dead,
I can't do it.
okay. So if you one of the people that's got a precondition, diabetes, heart trouble, AIDS, you can't do nothing with those people.
Not to say that you can't do anything with them.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot difficult. It makes
Okay.
things a lot difficult because then that means we got to shop year round. Now
Okay.
the good thing with me is I have 32 companies that is behind me.
And you got your own little business
I
now,
do
don't you?
have my own
All
little
right,
business. I do.
I'm so proud of you. That keeps your ass out my pocket.
That don't mean
But, yeah, I know. What happens to, let's say, you're in your teen years, your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s, and you have no ailments whatsoever. What's the basic price for let's say a young man, 25 years old, with no no medical
Mhm.
history whatsoever?
Almost $13, $15.
Who?
$13, $15.
$13 to $15 a month?
Yeah.
How much will $13 to $15 a month get you?
With somebody being that young, they can almost get $1 million policy on themselves for nothing. For nothing.
All right. Let's say you're 25
Mhm.
and you've got a policy on you, and for some reason something tragic happens to you 3 or 4 years down the road.
Mhm.
Does that person get paid?
It does get paid.
The whole phase value?
The full phase back.
So you mamas right now that got them problem sons, go and get yourself one of them $15 policies per month. How much you get for $15 a month?
It varies. Like I said, it varies with the
Let's say
$15.
let's say you want $100,000 policy.
Probably right about at $20.
About $20 a month. You know his ass ain't no good. And something gonna happen to him. When he die, $5.95 straight to the 5, and look at all that balance you got. You can get happy then. But on a serious note, everybody needs insurance. Okay? Everybody needs insurance. You see Dominique's number right there. That's her business number, 692-4419. Area code 901-692-4419. How long you been in this insurance game?
I've been doing insurance about 3 years.
Okay.
And what actually really got me into insurance is what I actually seen you go through when it came time with grandma.
Okay.
So
Good.
what people don't know is you got a lot of these whole life policies. These
Okay.
whole life policies, and you're borrowing from these policies.
Right.
And so you ask yourself, when people are saying they want to borrow from their policies, you've never seen anybody retire off a life insurance policy.
Mhm.
You've never seen nobody send their kids away with a life insurance policy.
Mhm.
So what is your point of wanting to actually really have a life insurance policy to borrow from?
And what she's mentioning, when my mother died, my mother was slick. Let's put it mildly. Me and my mama, we have the same personality. My mother was a sharp dresser. And my mother, unbeknownst to me, had borrowed off her insurance policy. So when she passed, I called Ed picked her up. I said, Ed, I want the very best. I want the very best. She got the insurance. I said, what I thought the face value of the funeral of the policy would be, would $50-some thousand, I think, on that policy.
Mhm.
That I had went way up there, got a little gold baseful casket,
Put a ball out.
and we're gonna put you in this nice casket in this nice vault out that south wind. Went and signed all the papers.
Wow.
And Ed called me the next day. Now, we talk about a funeral that was going to cost, with him knowing me, gave me a price of about $10, $11, $12,000 for the funeral. Then the grave was another $2,000, which I thought everything was going to be taken care of. And Ed calls me the next day and said, Mama had borrowed off of her policy. Okay. Well, that was my mama. And fortunately, I was able to pay it cash. So I paid by myself. Because you know, when there ain't nobody that's gonna have no money at them times.
Yeah.
So I paid for everything. But I know that a lot of people may not be in the financial position that I was at that time. Had I not been in a financial position to do it, we'd have had to go to GoFundMe and
The fish fries.
the car wash,
Yeah.
the buckets on the corner.
Pastor.
Huh?
Your pastor.
Yeah, go to the pastor, and, you know, but what I'm telling you is, a lot of you don't have adequate insurance. Some of you older people, and I grew up in the funeral game, some of your older parents may have those policies where they were paying 25 cents or $1 or $5 a month on those old policies.
Yeah.
Well, if mama died now, those policies are basically worthless. Back to the days, and you probably don't remember this, you're too young, when the insurance man used to
Knock
come.
on the door.
Yeah, the insurance man
TJ
used to
Ford.
knock on the door. Those policies are basically worthless. And what those insurance companies did was they set a value. If the value of a funeral 20 years ago was, you could get a good funeral
Yeah.
with $1,500 to $2,000. Then you had some that was $800. That's the only value that those policies have. And now you can't get no good funeral for no $800. They can put your mama in a cardboard box, you know. But you need to get adequate insurance.
Yeah.
Dominique Michelle Matthews should be your insurance agent. If you got any problems with her, you call her dad. Okay? Now I'm standing behind her in the business because she is an entrepreneur. She's like me. She can't work for nobody. She don't have the right attitude to be an employee. I had got this girl an excellent job with benefits and everything. She could move on up the line. I had the connection to get her where she wants. Dad, she don't like going to work some days. So she get ready to go to work. I said, Dominique, you can't do that when you work for the white people. You have to go to the white people's job when they tell you. Then she want to create her own damn schedule and stuff. You know, she's the mother of my grandson. So if anything happened, she gonna leave the school. She don't care. She gonna leave work. So she told me one day, Daddy, I'm quitting. I said, you got a good job, good benefits, insurance. She had that thing when you sick, that FMNL. She took total advantage of that. Yes, she did. She took total advantage of that. And I thought she was crazy for giving up her job. But she had enough of me in her that she was going to make it work. She went out, she got in business, she's doing well for herself. I'm proud of her. She got her own house got her own ride. She don't call her daddy too much to do nothing no more. And I'm so proud of that. I'm so proud of that move. But you need to call Dominic. Is there anything that you want to share with us?
Yes, I want to let people know, not only do I do life insurance, I do as far as credit, I do as far as 401ks, I do annuities, I set up your retirement plan. Anything that comes down with money, I do. And
So-
taxes.
So I need to set up my retirement plan.
See, the thing is, retirement plan, we have to set up a retirement plan. See, the thing is, a lot of people need this information, but we don't wanna talk about money. We
Okay.
don't talk about money at all. And then we're going to the churches and we wanted the church to give us the information.
Yes, yes,
And we're
yes.
not wanting to just be educated on stuff that is actually free. For
Okay.
one, if you're gonna start a plan, the first thing is just like building a house. You can't not start the house from the roof down.
Okay.
You gotta start with the foundation. And the
Okay.
foundation has to be life insurance.
Okay.
Because you got to understand that if it's right now, the average income in Memphis is about $21,000 a month.
Yeah.
And if we break that down, it's about,
$21,000.
I mean, a year, I'm sorry, 21,000 a year. But if we break that down, it's about somewhere 18,000 a month. And if you,
1800 money.
1,800, okay, sorry, I'm looking at my paper, I'm going too fast.
Okay.
About $1,800 a month. But when you break it down and you come and you're looking at the price and you're saying, I want $50,000 policy because it's cheap, but not the fact of, I have kids that I still gotta take care of. And if you are living on an income of 21,000 a year, 50,000 is not gonna be enough to sustain after you're gone, probably about a year and a half.
I got to have at least $21,000
A month. I know
Okay,
your
okay.
income.
Yeah, I got to have that type of income, and I'm still slacking. When we looked at the figures the other day, I've got to have about $27,000 a month worth of income, 12 months a year, to be able to sustain all that I do, which includes the church,
Mhm.
okay? So when you look at people who have minimum incomes of $18,000 to $21,000 a year, you ain't got no excess income, okay? You don't have, and the reason that most of you don't know anything about money, you don't like to discuss money.
Mhm.
And that's the reason Sunday at Naked Truth, my subject is God's plan for your pockets, okay? Y'all think it's okay to be broke.
Yeah,
I think it's a sin to be broke.
I got to be.
Now that, you talk about thou should not kill, hell.
That should not be broke.
Yeah, cause see, when you broke, you killing everything around you anyway. You can't take no vacations.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't take vacations is cause I work all the time now. I'm constantly trying to make sure I got something in my pocket.
Yeah.
But Sunday morning, we're gonna be talking about God has a plan for your finance. If y'all going to these churches and they ain't doing nothing but hooping and hollering and running and jumping, and I can hoop, okay? But when I get through hooping and I go look at the table, and I said, now, I done did all this sweating up my nice fine suit. I ain't, I'm tired, and this all on the table. Folks don't trust God. So, but that's Sunday morning. Anything else, Dominique, Michelle?
Yeah, so,
What?
do I still have time?
I'll give you a few more minutes.
Okay, let's
I
go
mean,
on.
how do I kick my daughter off the show?
No, I just want people to be educated because you got different types of insurance. You have,
What's the difference in life, whole life, and term?
so the thing is, I sell 3 types of insurance.
Okay,
3 types. So you got term life insurance. Term life are 10-year, 20-year, and 30-year terms.
okay,
That means that premium is actually locked in for the 10 or 20 or 30-year term. After
Okay.
that 30-year term is over with, actually the insurance is actually expired. So that's how that goes with term.
okay, but wait a minute. Suppose a guy is 20 years old, and 20 plus 30 is 50. So at the end of the 50 year, when he gets 50 years old,
It would expire.
it would expire?
It would expire. Now, what it actually is, where you go is, you offer term is because the plan is to try to get yourself, see, my plan is to get you insured financially in your pocket.
Okay.
Because you think about it, it only takes about 8 to 9,000 to actually bury you.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it comes down to it, if you're in your 20s and you're going to a process of you actually are setting up a retirement, you're investing, and you're putting money to the side, by the time you hit in retirement, you're supposed to have money. And so there you go with being self-insured. Another thing you can do is a return of premium, which is a retirement premium is a term policy. And after 30 years, you'll get all that premium back in one lump sum.
Okay.
Now that could also go as far as an investment too.
Okay.
But if you're taking the proper steps, and actually what I do is I give you the proper steps, now after life insurance, now we need to talk about a budget. Now we need to talk about a savings, because a lot of people, if you had to bury your kids, if your kids got kidnapped and you needed $1,000 to get your kids, most people can't go to the bank and go get $1,000.
Wait a minute, what kidnapper go kidnap?
I'm just
you
saying,
for
we're going low
$1,000?
ball, but most people don't have an extra $500
Baby,
just
you
in
just
their
keep,
savings.
you just keep him. Hell, $1,000, you can keep him at the house.
And you have to look
He
at
eat
it.
up on the $1,000 a month.
So sometimes is you go term because it's less expensive.
Okay.
You rather have something than have nothing.
Okay.
Whole life insurance, when it comes down to whole life does carry you all the way to the age of 99, but it comes with a cash value and is a more expensive.
So you have the term and the whole life?
I do term, return of premium, and whole life.
Okay, so, but if you're my age, 62
need a term.
years old, I need term.
You would do a term, because the
Well,
life
that probably-
expectancy of a man is about 80 years old. Well, let me change this, it's really 68, but, my daddy's gonna live to 80, 100. We're just gonna put you in the back of the house. The life expectancy as
You
a
told
human
me-
is
you know
really
what?
68
See, you
years
keep
old
bringing
for a
that
man. I
Dominique
never put you in a home.
Dominique told me she was gonna roll me out to the back and put a microphone in my hand
With the dog.
with the dog.
And let him just talk to himself.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Thaddeus Matthews Show, all by yourself. But I would never put you in a home.
I might ask the Lord not to make
Never put you in a home. But you have to look at it. At your age, you would want a term policy. There's no sense in getting something all the way and paying all that extra money for something up to 99 years old when the expectancy is up to really actually 68 for men and women 72 is the life expectancy. So when it comes down to there, you have different things that you can actually put in place, so therefore you can be self-insured and you don't actually need life insurance.
Wait a minute. Let me say. Rosemary Wright, you know I love you, but if you don't shut your ass up, I'm gonna take your ass off my damn page. I don't need you to be no damn insurance expert, cause damn it, if you was good at insurance, you'd still be selling it. Get something for that old ass man that you married and stay off my page with that bullshit. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so.
See now, I play about a whole lot of things, but this one right here, and I got an older daughter. I don't play. My son can handle himself, okay, but I don't play when it comes to my daughter. So, you experts in the insurance business, stay in the insurance. But Rosemary, you on my page, and I know you. You went back and married that old ass man. You make sure he got some damn insurance and stay out of this. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen. And amen again. All right. Go ahead on, child.
But
You ain't got a few, because I got pastor here.
That's nice to hear. But that's pretty much it when it comes down to life insurance. And then also I help as far as your credit, helping to build your credit, helping to get as far as to improve your credit, to build your credit, and to, we do credit cards and help you to get that house that you're wanting. We put you in a plan. I help with financial plans because I believe God put you on the earth to get whatever it is that you want. And so when it comes down to me, my minimum of what I want to make right now is $10,000 a month. I don't know how people managing off $2,500.
I don't know how they manage.
I don't know how
over
we're
here.
managing off $3,000.
I don't either.
I don't know how we're doing it. That's why it's depression, and that's why people are killing each other, and that's why everybody hate each other.
Well, one of the things, and here's what I want to do, and Pastor He's supposed to be here tomorrow night. But he's got some, and we got something really important I want to talk about. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take off again next Wednesday night, and I want to do an economic empowerment class on the air where people can call in
Okay,
and ask you questions,
okay.
okay, about their financial situation. One of the things that we've got to start talking about, and I kept hearing, everybody got excited over Nipsey Hussle. He dead. He ain't coming back. I don't care what he did in Crenshaw. We should be doing this in all of our communities. If you don't have no money, you can't do nothing. And I keep telling, even in the black church, I think the black church did 18 billion,
Yeah.
was it 18 billion dollars last year?
Yes.
What do we have to show for it? Y'all trying to get to heaven. I'm trying to get across town. Y'all trying to get some wings to fly away and be at rest. I like my wings out there at the Memphis International Airport where I can get on a plane and go anywhere in the world. I am come that thou may have life, not death. Okay? But our folks, y'all waiting to die. And when you die, then you still owe the funeral home. I ain't playing. I got a funeral home, some friends, they mama been there. The funeral home tired of your mama. They tired of moving your mama around. Go get your mama.
Yeah,
Damn. But I want to do a whole show next Wednesday night
okay.
on economic empowerment. I want to talk about insurance. I want to talk about annuities. I want to talk about investments, setting up a retirement plan. A report came out the other day that by 2035, that the Social Security funds will be depleted.
Completely.
So what y'all gonna do? What you gonna do? You know, and the food stamp, they trying to send y'all the food in a little box every month now anyway. So what you going to do? We've got to start looking at the bigger picture. We don't talk about investments. Even in the black schools,
Correct.
we do not talk about investing. So those of you, anything that you want to say before you go tonight, though, baby?
No, I think that is it. Oh, tell people, do not call me off your emotions. Because some
What you mean off the emotion?
of your emotions, because some people are can be in their feelings at the moment, feel like I need life insurance, and then will set an appointment and never show for that appointment, and it's on the emotions, and it's because of something just critically died, just happened. I need people to understand business is business. This is my lifestyle, and if you're gonna set an appointment, please keep your appointment, or please be mindful, or 24 hours. To cancel the appointment, because at the end of the day, doing it off your emotions, hitting me up in my inbox off your emotions, and I set my time to actually be there with you, takes away from somebody else that really could have actually needed me. So,
Well,
I say that with the most respect.
And she cussed as good as her dad.
I'm a nice girl.
Huh?
I'm a nice girl.
Yeah, I know. I know who your dad is. You ain't as sweet as your mama. But it's business. Look, let me tell you something. It's very important that you insure yourself, okay? Insure yourselves. Call Dominique now. She'll take your phone calls tonight, tomorrow. The minimum is how much?
The minimum is, 25,000 is the minimum that I'll do.
And how much you pay for 25,000?
Depends on your age. Always depends on the age. The older you are, the more expensive it's going to be.
So if you got a teenager, 18-year-old, a 19-year-old, 20-year-old in the house, no sickness or anything of that nature, and you want a $25,000 policy, how much does that cost?
Well, what they can do is actually go on as a child rider, and that's like $6.
What do you mean going with
So what a child rider is, meaning adult have put some insurance on themselves, and $6 can very well cover all 10 kids in the house.
I'm just taking folk off the Instagram, those stars, you know.
And so pretty much what you can do is you can just put your kids on as a child rider. You can cover your kids all the way up to the age of 25. After 25, then they'll have to get a separate policy.
All right, there's the number, Dominique Michelle. You're gonna hear me talking about Dominique, and we're gonna keep this one in your lower thirds, because we're gonna be talking about her on a nightly basis until I figure out a way to cut a commercial for her. Because, yeah, I gotta, you know,
Okay, Dad.
the more money you make, the less money I gotta give you. Right. This is my baby child, Dominique Matthews. I gave her that name. I was setting up one day. You don't want me to tell the story.
Really, on TV again.
You
You
want me
gotta
to
let
tell
that story
how
go,
you got
man.
your name?
You gotta let that story go.
Huh?
You gotta let that story go. It's bad enough you tell everybody my middle name. You know when I turn
I
around,
gave-
somebody
I
gonna be
gave
saying
you-
Dominique Michelle Matthews. I'm like, here, look.
I gave you your whole name. I remember, what was the name of that picture I was looking at? With Dominique Devereaux.
Oh yeah,
What was the name of the picture?
I don't know.
Floyd, what was the name of that? Dynasty. That was over 30 years ago. I was sitting down. I told my mama, what am I gonna name this child? And this was a beautiful woman, Dominique Devereaux. I said, that's gonna be, I ain't gonna put no Devereaux. Oh, wait a minute, what Katrina want?
Why is,
This year,
why has she called on the show?
Katrina. Katrina?
You did not give Dominique that name.
I did give Dominique that
No,
name.
she did not call into the.
Her name, Dominique.
No, you did not.
Don't you dare keep it.
I did give,
I can't believe
you
she
were,
Dominique, you should have spoke up for me.
Katrina did not give you your name.
Katrina called into the show, Lord.
Katrina.
Don't take her credit.
Katrina Lachey. Katrina Lachey.
That is too funny.
You were 30 years ago. How old was she 30 years ago?
Trina is 9 years old. Yeah, Trina's 39.
No, I gave her name. Me and y'all's mama, we sat down there together, and I said, Gina, that baby's name gonna be Dominique Michelle Matthews.
That is, I had a best friend at the time named Dominique.
I don't care. It's a whole lot of folks named Dominique.
I named her after my best
You,
friend.
you did not name her after your best friend. You,
Chemical Balance.
Orange man chemical battle.
no, you did. Katrina, how dare you call in on my show?
Oh, this is the funniest thing ever.
Next, your mama gonna be called. Bye. Damn. No, she did. I named you.
That was funny. Oh, Lord. That is funny.
And she was 2 when I met your mama. Mhm.
Wow.
I'm gonna end this segment.
Shout out to my sister, Katrina Lachey. You gotta say her whole name too. Katrina Lachey Kemp. She's now married.
Oh, yeah. She was a bad little baby too. Mhm.
That is
Oh.
funny.
All right, Daddy's baby finna go. I got to go and deal with some grown-up situations, but there's a number 692, area code 901-692-4419. Call that number. If you need some insurance, call Dominique tonight. Help her make some money. But also in helping her make some money, you're going to be saving yourself. She's going to teach you how to invest. And again, we're going to do a show on economic empowerment next week. And we're going to talk about a multiplicity of things. That's my new word for the
I
day.
hear you.
And we're going to talk about a multiplicity of things about investment that we as black folk don't do. And even in the black church, I tell a lot of brothers, we got to stop emotionalizing folk to the point that we don't tell them, you know, before you get to heaven, you gotta go by funeral home and leave something. See, we don't leave nothing,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
See, when black folk die, only thing you can get is they weave and they tennis shoes. white folk leave investments, generational
Yes.
wealth. We've got to start talking about generational wealth.
Yes.
Hopefully when I die, ain't gonna be no time soon. She ain't gonna be like the prodigal daughter, give me mine before, But I want to say, I got, how many grandsons I got? 1, 2, 4 grandsons. Okay, I ain't got no granddaughters, I ain't in no hurry to get none. But we've got to be able to leave our children's children something. And if we don't start as a people
Yeah.
talking about investments and saving, we're gonna be lost.
Correct.
Thank your daddies, baby. Give your
All right,
daddy,
then.
give your dad a hug. Love my baby. All right. We'll be back with Pastor Ricky Floyd, pastor of the Pursuit of God Transformation Center, and we're gonna be talking about something very valuable to this community, something that you as a community need to come and be a part of at 6 p.m. on this Sunday evening. Thank you, baby. We'll be back after these commercial messages. Tell Katrina she lying.
That was too funny.
If I hadn't seen her number, I wouldn't answer the
I
phone.
know.
All right, baby.
Thanks, Daddy.
All right.
Thank you.
He coming right on, or you wanna?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Well, you can hit on the third, Mr. Floyd.
All right. He focused blocking folks.
Uh,
I said, you asking your question. I said, he focused blocking folks. You didn't hear.
what you said, girl?
No, she was asking, was it okay for me to come up? Yeah.
Oh. Tell Dominique, tell Katrina she did not name you.
I would tell her.
And you know what I thought while you were
What,
talking?
huh? What are you saying?
You know something that, a terminology I've never heard, Jew on Jew crime.
Okay.
And part of it is because death is a wealth transfer.
Okay. Okay.
To us, death is a debt.
Okay.
To them, it's a wealth transfer.
Okay. 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 Okay.
That's a nice one.
All right, Daddy.
Gina said, no, you didn't. Katrina named her.
Huh?
Gina said, no, you didn't. Katrina named her.
What Gina at?
On the face.
On YouTube.
Gina don't know either. Give me my hug.
All right, Daddy.
Bye, baby.
Proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
A lady said, can you handle her in Kentucky? I told her to call you.
Yeah, as long as the policy is broke here in Memphis, it can get done. Yep.
Huh?
Go get a
You
drink.
got this.
Yep. Yep.
You know how to get that?
Let's see.
I think we're just straight out to the back.
Uh-huh.
Straight out to the second doorway and then to the right.
Okay. Second doorway to the right.
You in for the night, little girl?
She said she gonna go get her drink.
Go get a drink real quick.
I'll be at the Privé,
At Preview?
uh,
What time?
about,
Cause I gotta get up there in the morning.
I'll be up there about 20 minutes till at least 9:45.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll probably go to the police for a minute.
Somebody say you look like Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, I heard Marvin Gaye, Marvin Sapp.
Well, hell, they been saying when I put this on, they said I look like 2D Jakes.
You do.
Damn.
You should saw your face when he said.
Yeah. Yeah, they got it.
And Rosemary on here acting foolish. Ooh. Yeah, they say you look kind of like Marvin Sapp too.
Yeah, Marvin Sapp, Gerald Levert, and Marvin Gaye. Gerald Levert.
Gerald Levert.
Yeah, I used to hear Gerald Levert all the time. Good. Now, who is it? What's that? What's that on?
This is Instagram. That's YouTube. That's Facebook.
Remember you used to ask me, did I stay on Facebook too much?
Hell, I'm on all of them now.
I'm just stuck on Facebook. I tweet about twice a month. Man, that was empowering to see you and your daughter discussing business. Man, it gotta make you super proud, man.
Mhm. Your members watching?
Oh, yeah, the couple of them at church, but some of them shooting hooky because I see they on there already. That's you doing Jake's there, ain't
Huh?
you? You doing Jake's right there, ain't you? You just should have said, get ready. Daphne, you forgot to powder my forehead. I'm shining.
I'm the wrong one to
You
pound
wrong to powder.
All right, those of you on Instagram, get timing out for the first hour. I'm going to bring you right back. You want to be a part of this. How many more? You didn't try the towing company again, did you? Okay. And thank you so very much again to C Hub's Towing. I put it into the system, but Miss Debbie wasn't here to smooth out some of the edges. So we'll make sure and we'll make it up for you on tomorrow night. But if you need your car towed, C Hub's Towing, Randy Wade Jr., 901-643-9954. So if your car needs to be towed, call Randy Wade Jr., 901-643-9954. In the studio, one who has not been in this studio building, but has been on my show many times in the past, Pastor Ricky Floyd, pastor of the Pursuit of God Transformation Center. Pastor, good to have you here, man.
Man, I am humbled and grateful to be sitting next to you again on the Thaddeus.
We ain't did
Matthews
this in a while.
It's been a
You know,
long time.
it's been a while. Man, what's going on? What's going on at the church on Sunday evening?
Thaddeus, you know, and I was looking at, and I went today and pulled up the Trayvon Martin story.
Okay,
And a lot of people, matter of fact, somebody asked me today, how did you and I become friends?
okay,
And I told them it was our common bond and commitment to see men in general, especially in the city of Memphis, do better, have
Mhm.
better,
Mhm.
and be better.
Mhm.
And the Trayvon Martin story actually brought you, myself, Anthony Muhammad,
Mhm.
and Joe, the gang guy, Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe,
Uncle Joe.
it brought us all
Joe Muhammad,
together.
yeah.
You had called a meeting,
Mhm.
and I just happened to be, I think I might have been the only pastor at that
Mhm.
meeting.
Mhm. It was that first meeting was at Moss number 55.
Yeah, no, I think there was, the first one was at the banquet hall on Elvis Presley there, I think.
Okay, and then the next one was
Yeah.
at the mosque. Then the next one was
Was
at.
at Pursuit of God.
Right.
And so we met because, again, we wanted to save our sons.
Mhm.
That was the whole movement that we had at that
Mhm.
particular time, save our
Mhm.
sons. That has actually been 7 years ago.
Okay.
And so Sunday, what's gonna happen again is the same players that were in that movement, with the
Mhm.
exception of Uncle Joe, he moved out of town on us.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be having a documentary called Vanishing Kings.
Mhm.
There's a sister from St. Louis, Missouri, that has a son that's 21 years old. And Thaddeus, he has had 19 friends, and I think in the last 36 months, that have been murdered.
Okay.
19.
Okay.
Can you imagine the effects of a mother that her son is gonna be number 20? And so we had been talking about her bringing this documentary to Memphis for months.
Okay.
And, you know, just recently in Fraser, we had a spree. I want to say since the murder rate peaked in 2016, Fraser murder rate has been down 50% for the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually in a meeting with your friend, the mayor.
I bought you a shirt. I bought you a shirt. Okay.
In about 20 pastors, and I was actually bragging about that we, as a community, had kept that rate down.
Mhm.
And that is, man, in the next 36 hours, we had 5 murders in Fraser.
Okay. Okay.
African-American men, young African-American men. And she was actually on her way to Atlanta to do that. I asked her if we could coordinate it quickly. We did this in less than a week time. You were probably the first person that I called to see if you could be a part of the panel.
Mhm.
Because again, I think it was giving us opportunity to finish some of the work we do. I understand your passion and your influence
Mhm.
in this city. So I called you along with some other people to see if we could view the movie. Now, let me tell you why viewing the movie is so important. It's a documentary,
Mhm.
which means they literally take the cameras into morgues. They show you bullet wounds. And I think what happens sometimes, we end up getting desensitized.
Mhm.
We just see somebody got shot on murder and we move on to the next case.
Mhm.
But we need to see these mothers crying, man.
Mhm.
We need to see these babies, 2 and 3 years old babies who have lost a father figure and will never know, many will never know what your daughter just had the opportunity to have.
Mhm.
A daddy who's supporting her vision, her dreams,
Mhm.
that's hugging her, man.
Mhm.
Some of these children will never know that
Mhm.
because their daddies are gone. If I may name a couple other people who are gonna be on
Sure,
the panel.
sure, all of them.
We got Colonel Sanders, who's
Not from the chicken
not from the
place.
chicken house. Colonel, boy, you can imagine how many times you hear that, but Colonel
Yeah.
Sanders is
But
over.
he's a colonel with the city of Memphis
Yes,
Police.
and he's over the Raleigh-Fraser area
Mhm.
and has done a tremendous job of relating to the community. Matter of fact, I called him I texted him at 5 o'clock this morning, got a call from him at 6 o'clock this morning,
Mhm.
because he is as passionate as you and I
Mhm.
are about our men and our community
Mhm.
and this crime thing. I got a confirmation from Commissioner Stephanie Love. She is gonna be in town and gonna be at the meeting. Amen. We got also Dr. Fruitrail is gonna be
Okay,
at the meeting.
okay.
Dr. Fruitrail, Young Men University. And one thing I like about him, he covers so many dynamics. He was once a gang member
Mhm.
in California,
Mhm.
but also got the President Award from Obama.
Okay.
And is working with young men on a high intensity level from education and entrepreneur.
Mhm.
We've got Bobby White. I like to say the light-skinned Bobby White. You know, we got 2 Bobby
Yeah, that's
Whites.
what I asked you, which one was it?
Yeah, the light-skinned
Yeah.
Bobby White, which is over the Fraser School District, Martin
Mhm.
Luther King Prep, from Fraser, passionate about education, passionate about entrepreneur, passionate about that. We have a professor, and I wanted to make sure that we had some women on there as mothers and as educators. We got a professor from Rhodes College, Professor Stephanie, I'm gonna get her name wrong, but
Mhm.
I'm just gonna call her Dr. Stephanie right now,
Mhm.
who they say she is a specialist. I was referred to her by Dr. Franks and by Earl Fisher as a specialist with dealing from the school to pipeline system. You
Mhm.
know, there's no accident that our schools are failing. You know, our schools are becoming prison preparation, like instead of college preparation. So also we have, I'm forgetting somebody, but they'll pop up to me later. But the reason that I'm bringing all of these people in,
Anthony Muhammad was.
Anthony Muhammad, that's it.
Okay.
We talked about him earlier. But Anthony Muhammad, we talked today, we're gonna have some other things that we're gonna strategically be releasing at that meeting tonight that we're gonna do together. And I wanna thank you, your connection between Anthony Muhammad and I allow us, even though we serve different faith, it allowed us to walk out, man, that was powerful when we had 80 Christians and 80 Muslims to go out in the Fraser community and to, man, that was one of the most powerful things.
Knocking on doors.
Knocking on doors, and for the Muslims to encourage the brothers to get, since they're not close to the mosque, if they couldn't get to the mosque, to go to the Pursuit of God Transformation Center. And ever since that moment, Brother Anthony Muhammad and the mosque and I have had a relationship that most people, traditional Christians would not understand. So what we're gonna do, Pastor Matthews, is we're gonna view the documentary, and then after the documentary, we all are going to try to come up with some solutions. But not only are we gonna come with solutions, we're gonna give mothers who have a lost son an opportunity to express their pain so that people can hear their pain, so we can deal with this real issue that is contributing to poverty, contributing to death.
You know, I'd like to do a show. I don't know whether your guest from St. Louis is going to be leaving out that Monday, but I would love to have her back on the show. In fact, I'd love to do a show where I change the setup and bring mothers who have lost their sons and do a show about the hurt, okay? Maybe some of these young men need to see the hurt that mothers are going through. And maybe something, if it ain't the church, if it ain't God, that can jog their mindset, the transformation of their mindset, maybe the grief and the hurt from a mother can say, look, maybe I need to change my lifestyle. Because, man, something has got to happen. You're in the Fraser area, I'm not far in the Raleigh area, but it's happening all over the city. But in that area, it looked like everybody doing all the killing in the area. Even the young man that carjacked the car from a church, the 15-year-olds who carjacked some people that, down in Whitehaven, Middle Baptist, I believe it was Middle Baptist, Whitehaven. They got caught in the Raleigh-Fraser area on the interstate.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah. Are we going to have to try to change one community at a time, or is it too much of a focus to try to take on the whole community?
Well, Thaddeus, I think, and I saw you started a mentoring program recently. I think we have to have a commitment to the communities that we're in. When I saw you started a mentoring program, I got excited. I'm in Fraser, but Raleigh needs a mentoring program. Matter of fact, on the way here, I was thinking how many mentoring programs we need. I said the same amount of churches we got. We got 4,100 churches. We need 4,100 mentoring programs.
But doesn't that go back to the mindset of the pastors, though, man? You know, we are emotionalizing our people every Sunday after they have went through an emotional Saturday, sitting on the front row and watching their loved ones being buried. So my mindset on that is we place too much emphasis on dying and going to heaven and not living and being able to go across town.
And even the funerals, you in the funeral business, a good funeral was considered not how you convicted the people to make a change, but how emotional, how many people cried, how many people passed out.
Right,
We measure
right.
the success of a funeral by
Right.
how emotional people got, not how many people walked out from that funeral, especially when a 19-year-old boy got killed. How many people that walked away from that is saying, we can't keep living like this.
Mhm,
We can't keep shooting each other.
Mhm.
We can't keep killing each other. We can't keep selling dope and raping and robbing each other.
Mhm.
That's a good funeral, when you cause someone to be convicted to the point that they transform their mind and
Mhm.
repent for the kingdom of
Mhm.
God is saying, repent means change your mind, change your imagination, change your emotion, and change your habits.
Mhm.
See, I'm sorry is not repenting.
Mhm.
And so when we
Mhm.
get people to truly repent, then we'll see a transformation in our communities.
Well, repentance is transformation. That, and agree. I'm sorry I did it.
Yeah.
You haven't repented.
Yeah, a lot of times we sorry we got caught.
Right, right,
We
right,
sorry
right,
we got
right.
did.
Well, yeah, I didn't mean to get caught.
Yeah.
But the repentance comes in, I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do
Mhm.
that anymore.
Yeah, and let me add to that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put measures in place and put someone accountable over me.
Okay.
That is, I got a problem with this, man. I need you to be my accountability body.
Mhm.
When I feel like I'm finna slip, I need to call you.
Mhm.
I need you, when you see me in
Mhm.
somebody's face too long, to call me. And
One of
say,
the things that I'm structuring in our boys' mentoring
Mhm.
is that we are available, the men that we have, you have our phone numbers.
Right,
So when you think crazy, when you get stuck on stupid,
Yes.
when you find yourself about to slip, there's a phone call that you can make. If you can't get me, you can get somebody else.
Mhm.
If it's happening while I'm on the air and I see your number, I gotta answer you while I'm on the
Yeah.
air because it may save
Yeah.
your life. But at the same time, the major thing that I'm going to start is conflict resolution.
that's right,
Why we mad?
yeah.
Why we can't walk over? If I knock your drink out your hand, hey man, I'm sorry, let me buy you another drink.
Can I go back to Dominique again while
Okay.
we're mad? We mad because we broke, that is.
Okay,
We
okay,
mad because
Okay.
we're broke.
Okay.
And the reason that we're broke is, and I said this earlier, you've never heard the terminology Jew on Jew crime.
okay.
You know, a lot of stuff that we call racism, there's a guy named John Hope Bryan, I encourage you guys to look this guy up. A lot of stuff that we call racism is really not racism, it's classism. You know,
Mhm.
we think people don't want us to live in our neighborhood because we're black. They don't want us to live in our neighborhood because we got a 500 credit score.
Mhm.
And we barely moved in there, and if the roof blew off the house, we ain't gonna be able to get it fixed because we just got insurance to move in the house.
Mhm.
The reason that the divorce rate in the Jewish community is 10%. Now with pastors, it's 52%.
Mhm.
And one of the reasons is because money answers all things.
And that's Bible.
That's Bible. And money is a defense.
Mhm.
So watch this, when you don't have a defense, our offense will run all over you.
Okay.
And what's happening is our young boys, we've told our boys to man up, but we have not given them the tools to be a man with.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so the Jewish community, they leave what the Bible says, an inheritance for their children's children. They start preparing their boys at 13 years old to develop a mindset for business, to develop a mindset for family, develop a mindset for spiritual commitment. Man, we got guys 50, 60 years old that don't even have a savings account.
Mhm.
So now what happens is, this is why our boys are angry. We've got men that are competing with their sons for jobs and women. Now, how are you gonna respect your daddy if you competing with your daddy for an $8 an hour job? And you gotta fight your daddy for your 18-year-old girlfriend. How are you gonna respect your dad?
Mhm.
So the reasons that our boys are bitter is these 5 things right here.
Mhm.
We have not given them affection.
Mhm.
We have not given them direction. We have not given them godly correction.
Mhm.
We have not given them protection. And when we die, we don't leave them a collection. What a tragedy that your son has to bury you.
Mhm.
He got to raise money.
Mhm.
There should be, his financial status should be shifted because you've had some insurance, some investment, some property left aside for you. I hear you talking about, when you transition, it's gonna impact your grandsons in a
Mhm.
positive way.
Mhm.
You know, my mindset that is, I said, I bought all of my children cars. My daughter 5 cars, you know,
Mhm.
23, and I bought a 5 car. I said, my grandchildren are gonna get houses.
Okay,
I'm gonna buy my
okay,
grandchildren houses.
okay.
My great-grandchildren, I'm giving businesses.
Mhm.
And that's the mindset that we've gotta think.
Mhm.
So there, but most of our children are starting off with a 500 credit score because mom and them done got lights
Mhm.
and furniture from Jolly Roll in their name.
Mhm.
And so they starting off behind the 8 ball.
Mhm. Mhm. So we've got to, and I hear this conversation that we have concerning the generational curse.
Mhm.
Someone has to break the generational
Yes.
curses
Yes.
in our communities. We tend to always want to be the good employee instead of the good employer. You don't want to do what is necessary to own your own businesses. You have a mindset of poverty, and a broke man is an unhappy man. When you don't know where your next meal is coming from, how you gonna buy the gas to get to that job that's all the way across town that you're only getting $7 or $8 an hour for. I was talking to last night, guy who has a show on, Stephen Smith,
Yeah.
and I was out to the cemetery on Sunday visiting my mother's grave, and I noticed the signs out there. They looking for help in the graveyard.
Mm.
Okay, but he said they only want to pay $10 to $12 to dig a grave.
Mm.
Okay, you ain't gonna get no good grave diggers for $10 to $12. We've got to create jobs, and I go back to saying this: the black church has the ability to create industry, and we have failed in creating industry. If the black church nationwide took in $18 billion last year, if the church itself had a tithe into the community, what we want people to tithe into the church, we could have apartment complexes. Your church has an apartment complex.
52-unit apartment.
52-unit apartment complex. We don't have a grocery store. We don't have a hospital. And we keep on begging white folk to do for us what we have the power to do for ourselves.
Yeah.
And that a lot of these kids, every kid ain't gonna be no basketball player or football player
Or a rapper.
or a rapper. I see some of y'all 40 and 50 years old. I got my first rap record.
CD.
Yeah, I got my CD. I got my rap CD. Okay. And that's all you're gonna have. You're gonna have your CD in the trunk of your car. But what are you doing to create some wealth? And that's what we're gonna do.
And legacy.
And yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I wish you would have saw your daughter's face. You weren't able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
When you told your daughter, I'm gonna cut you a commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Your daughter almost
She lit
melted.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
She lit up.
She lit up.
Mm-hmm.
And why? Because you're not just supporting her with your words.
Mm-hmm.
You are putting your influence, your
Mhm.
money
Mhm.
behind her.
Mm-hmm.
And so now just imagine somebody who has no support. They go out there, somebody honk at them. That's why you're seeing all these shooting on the freeway. Folks broken mad, man. They have no support. They have no vision. They have no hope. They have no help. And so a walking time bomb. But the fact that you just gave your daughter some hope that she's going to be support. She knows the influence of your state. So she knows that you just boosted her income.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mhm.
how many people got to help their dad to get a job? Got to help their daddy with his medicine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I saw
Mhm.
you look like you finna go to commercial.
Mm. Mm. And, you know, she called me, like, Daddy, how much a commercial cost? I gave her the regular price.
You played that game with her?
Yeah. She sent me what she wanted me to have. Yeah. Which and you know what? I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
But I told her that as a business woman, there are certain business expenses. Yes, that little money that you sent me will carry your commercial on forever.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
But what I saw was you made an investment in your
herself.
own yes.
And most of our people, and this is, man, we've been programmed to have a spirit of entitlement in our community.
Yes.
That somebody owed. The perfect example, you done paid for the folks' funeral, you done did everything but bought them church's chicken to the funeral.
And they wanted some of that.
And they wanted some
And
of
they
that.
wanted me to get them some T-shirts.
Yes, and right, and people feel like you owe them something. And so here's what happens when people have the spirit of entitlement, you can never give them enough. Now we do have Lydia, who's on Little Renegals, who did the movie. She's on here right now. So Lydia, that is asked if you're coming back through from Atlanta, that maybe you'd be able to stop and do his show.
Yeah,
maybe
we can do
Tuesday
it.
night. She's doing Monday in Atlanta.
Okay.
So
If she's coming back through Memphis,
Yeah.
I'd love to have her
yeah,
on the show Tuesday night.
yeah.
See, when she says her son has lost
19.
19 friends.
Yes.
Okay. 19 friends in what's the period of time?
I think 36 months.
In 36 months. Man, I remember when I was working at N.J. Ford and Sons Funeral Home in about 1994. I was standing out in the lobby on wake night, which is Friday night.
Wait night.
Wake night, you know, Saturday is National Black Funeral Day. But we had there had been that week probably 4 or 5 homicides. And Ford's was a funeral home that carried, you know, because we was in the body snatching business. So we had about 4 or 5 young guys in caskets. And I remember listening to a conversation of some young guys gathered in the lobby. Man, he made it to 25. Man, he died. Oh, man, I ain't gonna make it to 25. Ain't none of us gonna make it to 25, man. Dude made it to 25. And I sat back, man. I didn't interject,
Yeah.
but I listened.
Yes.
And here was a group of young black men that feel as though 25 years
Yes.
old is when they are supposed to die.
It's amazing how many of our young boys don't have it. And the scripture is so true. Where there's no vision, people will perish. And we're living later day. Lydia says that she may be coming back to Memphis to do a filming, Vanishing Our Kings, pulling me and you in the project.
Okay.
But that is,
Did she say she can come back Tuesday?
let us know about Tuesday.
Yeah. Because we'll bring you both back on, and we'll deal with this subject.
Yeah.
And then again, if you've got a group of
Yes. Yeah,
mothers,
yeah.
I want to bring them in here into the studio, and let's do a show on the grief factor, the causes and effects of the drama and the trauma that our young folk are causing in our community. I don't think they think about that, though.
One of our small groups class that we're going to have coming up in May is a grief class.
Okay.
Because grief undealt with doesn't die.
Right.
It multiplies and manifests itself in other areas. Drinking addiction, smoking, sex, credit card spending, overeating. It doesn't die, it doesn't disappear. So, you know, people said time heals all wounds. No, it don't. Time don't heal all wounds. Some folks been hurting for 20 and 30 years. From and you know, those of us who had an experience, like, see, I hadn't lost my mother. I can't tell you how to feel about losing your mother. I've never known that pain. And so what we've got to do is we've got to.
And when it hit me Friday night, I had just left the bar, my usual place, and I said, well, Saturday, my mom will be dead 3 years. So I went to put a post up about it. I'm in my garage, man. The same place I called you from and said, look what my mom done got me into. I'm finna start a church.
Yeah.
I'm in my garage, and man, I emotionally broke down. And here I am. I'm Superman.
Yeah.
Okay.
The bear.
I got
The
the
bear
cape.
broke
I got
down.
the cape and the S
Yeah.
on my chest.
Yeah.
But the grief factor, and it's been 3 years, and it was more emotional for me in the third year than it was the first. Okay? So, and you think about the mothers who, and I hear mothers who say, man, I've lost 3 sons. I've lost 4 sons. And I ain't got but this one son, and he out there in the streets too,
And
man.
can you imagine the paranoia? It's a sleepless nights from knowing you got one son left and he ain't living right.
Right.
And here's another challenge in talking to Colonel, and we'll probably address that. We'll be on a morning show in the morning.
Okay.
Colonel Sanders, is that the retaliation factor.
Okay.
See, you know, this guy gets killed. Now we got to go kill him because he killed us. Now we got to go kill you because you killed us. And it's a cycle. It's a cycle that we've got to stop. Somebody got to stop and think. And this is why the church, you know, there's some communities, Thaddeus in Memphis, where 85% of the children are being born without a father figure in the house. And I don't understand. I want to speak to you mothers out there. I don't understand you mothers that are coming to church and leaving your boys at home. I don't care if your boy is 30. If he's living off eating your cereal, living off your Memphis like gas and water. You know, I let somebody live with me one time, and we were going to church, and they wouldn't get ready. They said, "No, I'm staying." I said, "No, you ain't finna stay here. When we go to church, we go to church. You ain't finna lay up. I don't run a bed and breakfast service."
Okay.
And so, thank you, Pastor Ivory, for putting that information out there, because we ain't said nothing about the event.
Oh, okay.
we
Okay.
got so, because this is our passion.
Okay.
We got so passionate about this. Listen, this Sunday night, 6 p.m., 3171 Signal, the Pursuit of God Transformation Center. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to view this documentary, and when I tell you, it's raw. It's got the pistols, it's got the dope, it's got the gun. It's not a movie. It's a documentary of real life issues. You're going to see daddies talking about they've lost 2 sons.
Okay.
You're going to see mothers talking about, you're going to see people talking about holding their friends up. You're going to go in the morgue and see the bullet wounds. Again, because movies and rap songs and rap videos
They
has
glamorize
always
it.
glamorized what we should be ashamed of. And so after we finish that, we have some people who are active in the community. I ain't talking about people just getting grants and grants. I'm talking about people who are 10 toes deep down. Dr. Futrell is 10 toes deep.
Yeah.
You know, one thing you
Yeah.
talk about, he's
Yeah.
got a business. Listen, can I say the
Yeah.
name of the restaurant? Pre-flight restaurant.
Yes.
Listen, they got filet mignon, salmon over there, Brussels sprouts. I mean, a high-class
He
restaurant.
just don't put enough on my plate. Now he'll call.
he cares about your health. man.
Yeah, he'll call me, and I'll probably end up going up there for lunch tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but he's training young boys how to be entrepreneurs.
Yes.
We got a husband too. We ain't got no filet mignon. We do smoke sausage. So you got to do where you at. We do smoke sausages and nacho cheese dips and cotton candy. Hey, but watch this. We're still training boys how to be entrepreneurs.
Mhm.
A young guy and our husband institute. This is what he said. You know his mother. He said, Pastor Floyd and Ron Billingsley. Ron Billingsley helps me
Mhm.
run. He said Ron Billingsley goes to all the boys' game. You know I can't do it, but Ron
Mhm.
Billingsley goes to all the boys' game. And this is what he said. He said, Pastor Floyd, Uncle Ron, it's sad when I see my daddy get out of jail. He don't come to my game, but he on Facebook bragging about his new Jordan, but he ain't paid no child support at all. And we wonder why they mad.
Mhm.
We wonder why they don't respect the voice of men. Boys will listen. If some boys come in the room, they'll listen to her voice before they'll listen to
Mhm.
ours,
Mhm.
because they see our voice as the enemy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We've abandoned, abused their mothers,
Mm-hmm.
competed with them.
Mhm.
So it's hard for us to have trust. And you've probably discovered this as a pastor. Many times we get punished for people's daddy issues.
Yes.
I don't know if you recognize that. They mad at their daddy and take it out on the pastor.
I had Saturday in the mentoring program. There were two boys that had attitude, real
Mhm.
attitude.
Yeah.
And so, brother, we don't give a damn about your attitude. You know, you dealing with real
Yeah.
men.
Yeah.
One was 9.
Mhm.
The other
Now look at that. That is 9.
9.
Now what would happen if
But wait a minute,
you
his
would have
daddy,
an
wait a minute,
attitude
but
at
see,
9?
his daddy was sitting next to him.
Yeah.
So I told his daddy, I said, brother, that problem you got is yours. You allow that problem in your house. You have not given him the proper correction and direction that he needs.
Yes.
He wouldn't be sitting next to you disrespecting you
Come on.
and think he gonna disrespect
Come on.
me.
Come on.
But then I had,
And here's what people don't understand. Who's he gonna work for?
yeah,
Ain't nobody gonna put up with that.
right.
You know that's why when
And you this high,
You this
and
high.
you want to be a basketball player. Okay, you got dreams, goals, and aspirations. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, but hell, can you read the contract? Will you be able to count your money? And do you think that when you go for a job, that them white folks, this high folk, give a damn about your attitude?
AI, have you heard that terminology?
No, AI.
Artificial intelligence.
Okay, I'm gonna use it.
No. In the next 10 years, Federal Express ain't gonna need you.
Well, Burger,
Not-
they already tried it at McDonald's.
So keep on asking for $15 an hour at McDonald's.
Yeah, and I bet when they get them computers, them robots in McDonald's, all the milkshake machines gonna work. But I'm gonna take
So
a
at least
commercial.
we'll get our milkshakes
Let me
back
take a
up.
commercial, but before I go to it, the other young boy
Yeah.
and his mother, well, it's really his aunt.
Mhm.
She real faithful, love her to death. Had a real, he don't come to church that much. And then after the meeting, cause you just ain't gonna sit there 14 years old and just, that man thing in me kicks out. You ain't finna punk me. But then when I got back to the office, Dale was telling me something, and I talked to him. Here's a young boy, 13, 14
Man, I got a
years
story
old.
for you.
Okay, he's 13, 14 years old. His mama, make sure I tell it right there, his mama kept all of his siblings but him. And the young lady that's a member of my church is his aunt. And did she adopt him? She legally adopted him. So he's separated from his mother and the siblings. And I wish I had have known that before,
Yeah. See,
before I
and
went in there.
people got to give us this information.
Yeah.
It's like going to a doctor's office and you bleed on the inside and we think you need a pedicure.
Yeah, yeah, that was, and there's an anger factor there. He can't understand. He ain't got no dad in his life. Or the daddy comes in and out of his life, in and out of his life. But he can't understand, man, why his mama kept all the other children and he living with somebody else.
And see, if that's not dealt with, he will have rejection and anger issues the rest of his life.
But isn't that when we look at the anger issue, and I gotta take a commercial, but when we look at the anger issues in our young boys, is it because we as the OGs, the old heads, we failed them? We walked off and left their mama, we dogged their mamas out, and we left them all by themselves. Malachi 4 and 6. The New International Version, I like this one. We will turn the hearts of the parents to their children and the hearts of the children to their parents, or else I will come and strike the land with total destruction.
Aren't we in total destruction? But watch this, we expecting the children's turn, but who did he say gonna turn? I gotta turn first. The parents' hearts. And I like the other version that says the father's hearts. The father's hearts. And this is what it says, Thaddeus, is that the King James Version says the fathers has to turn the hearts toward the children. So that first 2-year-old wasn't your child initially, but when you married her mother, she became your child.
Well, that was the reason we named our boys' mentoring program one. Obligation never ends.
Obligation never ends.
The obligation never ends.
I like that, man.
Huh?
I like that.
Yeah. See,
Never ends.
the obligation, you may have messed up as a
Yes.
man
Yeah.
with your children, but your obligation to manhood and the
Man, take that
development-
commercial, cause we got some more stuff to talk about. Cause I'm burning on the inside. Please take the commercial now. Oh my God, let me take the notes on what I got. Take the commercial now, man.
We'll be back. Don't y'all go nowhere. Right here
Oh,
on the Thaddeus
God.
Matthews Show.
This is good, yo. This is good stuff.
Yeah. 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 Said Malachi 4 and 6.
Yes, sir. So basically saying until the fathers turn their hearts back toward the children, then the children ain't gonna turn their hearts back toward them, and the whole land gonna be cursed. And what's cursed? The Bible said it'll bleed, the grounds will cry out without blood. And that's what's happening. And so as men, we gotta apologize to children that ain't even ours. Man, at the last Manhood University, grown men was crying. When I was riding in the Holy Ghost had me, he said, apologize to the men. The men. And I said, men, I want to apologize for every pastor that has failed you. Every policeman that has pulled you over just because you was black. I want to.
How much time I got left?
It's 8:40.
How many?
You said,
How many minutes I got left?
Oh, you got about 20 minutes.
I got about what?
20?
How many? What other commercials in this set?
And this said it's the ones that already been read in the first.
Bring me back after this.
Who put your straps and stuff
Huh?
on? Who do your tailor?
I got a girl, what's the girl's name that does my clothes?
Ruthie.
Ruther.
What's the turnaround? Baby, I almost could sit you out.
Okay. And thank you. I cut the commercial break, cause they, well, anyway, I cut the commercial break. Cause I wanted to get back into what we were saying, man. And you had something you wanted to say?
Man, I had about 3-4 things, but we talk about the anger of the boys.
Mhm.
We had a 10-year-old boy in our program, and he serious anger issues. Matter of fact, he cussed out some of the ladies in the program one day, and then one day he hit, my keyboard player Al. He punched Al in the belly,
Okay.
and he had did something else. But and that's why I said, parents, tell us what's going on with your boy. Don't just throw him in the ring with us
Okay.
and
Okay.
not give us what they're dealing with.
Mhm.
Someone had found out, when I found out what had happened to this boy, I said, hell, I know why he angry.
Mhm.
This boy, at 10 years old, had been molested by his father.
Okay.
Hold on, I ain't finished. The father got out of jail and ends up back in the house with the child he had molested. So, when I first saw the boy acting up, I remember what they had told me. I grabbed him, and then I grabbed him first, and then I said, son, you fighting me, I'm trying to help you. And this is what I told him. I didn't let him know I knew what had happened. I said, son, you got a right to be mad. I said, I'm not mad at you about being mad. I'm mad that God has sent you someone to help you, and you won't let me help you. You won't let me help you with your hurt. I said, man, I'll be to you what you need me to be.
Mhm.
You need an uncle, I'll be an uncle. You need a dad, I'll be a dad. You need a
Mhm.
granddad, you need a brother. Whatever you need to be, whatever you let me be, all of a sudden crocodile tears started. I said, I'm gonna give you my phone number.
Mhm.
This same boy that was cussing out women, fighting, listen, started going to the school, telling the school wants to know what's the husband institute about.
Mhm.
Because many times, Thaddeus, and I want you to really do this because you're a strong alpha male, and you made your money off of your mouth.
Mhm.
But don't estimate your ear to these boys. Let them tell you what's hurting them.
Mhm.
Let them tell you why they angry. Why they're mad. Your ear is one of the most powerful tools because everybody has told them and then left them.
Okay. Okay.
But nobody's taken the time to hear my voice.
Okay.
And so they feel like a voiceless generation.
Mhm.
And so what do? Can't nobody tell me nothing. And that's
Okay.
what they say.
Okay. Okay.
Can't nobody tell me nothing. Why? The reason they don't want nobody to tell me nothing because nobody has let me tell them what's really wrong with me.
Okay.
You put me in this cookie cutter box and assume I'm just rebellious, I'm just mad,
Mhm.
I'm trying to punk you out. No, brother, I'm hurting and I don't know how to tell you I'm hurting.
Mhm.
Do you know
Mhm.
that 1/3 of African American men that are on death row had been sodomized as a child? Did you hear me?
Mhm.
1/3 of African American men on death row had been sodomized as a child. So what's they thing? I ain't finna be no punk.
Okay. Okay.
No, you ain't finna punk me out. I'm a man. What? Because so that spirit of anger and rage has made them try to prove that they're never going to be violated again in any shape, form, or fashion. But we've got to create an environment to let people tell us. One of the things that we talk about, the 5 dysfunctions of a family, is can your children, your family, trust you enough to tell you their fears, their pains, their insecurities, and their failures without you leaving, rejecting, or abandoning them. You know, I'm gonna be very transparent. I was married to my wife 14 years, that is, before I told her some stuff that had happened to me as a child.
Okay.
So now that was unfair to her.
Mhm.
She's dealing with me. I got issues, and I say to every spouse, your spouse is your doctor, and to not tell your spouse some of the things that have happened to you as a child, and then now when I began to tell my wife and expose what had happened to me, there began to be a grace and a compassion and an understanding and a mercy to try to heal me instead of fighting with me on this stuff because she realized I was dysfunctional on some stuff.
Okay. Okay.
And so that's what we gotta do. We gotta create a safe haven for these boys, that they can tell me stuff, and I ain't gonna judge.
Okay,
I ain't gonna condemn them.
okay.
And listen, and that we will show them our scars.
Mhm. Mhm.
Brother, I understand. I didn't have no daddy.
Mhm.
And that is, I think, the fact that we didn't have daddies
Mhm.
has prepared us to be a father to the
Okay.
fatherless. Now, I had a stepfather, great stepfather, and I had my biological father, you know, but a dad that was doing what you just did to Dominique.
Well, see, here's the thing we have to also understand, though, man. There is a period, because I ain't always been the dad that I am now.
Right, right.
Okay? And so, no, I haven't always been.
Mhm.
But what we have to express to men is, it ain't never too late.
It ain't never too late.
It ain't never too late for you to enter your child's life. And you may not enter as daddy.
Yeah.
You may
And that's why I
enter-
gave the option. What do you need me to be?
Yeah,
Big brother,
Yeah.
uncle,
Yeah.
granddad, friend.
yeah.
But what you need me to be?
My oldest daughter and I, Jocelyn, we were estranged for years. Not her fault, mine.
Mhm,
Okay?
mhm.
And I remember when I turned 50 years old, and I was at my mama's house and I went to the mailbox and they had that AARP card. And I remember it because that AARP card changed my
That's a
life.
landmark.
It says, today you are 50.
50 changes the game, baby.
See, I can understand 20, I got 20 more, 30, yeah, I might have 30 more, 40, maybe, but 50, I didn't see the realistic days of seeing 50 years. So I had to transform. Now, me and my oldest daughter, we close now.
Mhm,
I went from Thaddeus to Daddy,
mhm.
okay?
The father's heart
Yeah.
turned back toward
Yeah,
the daughter.
and I had to understand that some of the anger that she had was because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Then she looked at the association that me and Dominique had.
Right.
Okay, and she was the oldest.
Yes, and here's the way, especially before the age of 12, if something happens to it, my other friend, Pastor Caswell,
Mhm,
deals
mhm.
really strong on the ACEs. I mean, man, I don't do marriage counseling with people now without dealing with the ACEs, and that's adverse childhood experience. And here's what happened, Thaddeus. If most of our decisions are based upon, and we found out, my wife and I, 95% of the arguments that couples have are based upon things that happened to them before the age of 12. And they're punishing their wives or their husband for the fears or the molestation, the incest, the verbal abuse, the poverty, the physical abuse, the emotional abuse.
Mhm.
And so when it looked like your wife finna do something to remind you of what happened to you for the age of 12,
Mhm.
no, I couldn't handle myself then. I'm grown now. Sit down, shut up. You ain't finna talk to me.
Mhm.
And that was my thing. You know, my mother's, and she had to be, was a very dominant, strong woman.
Mhm.
And so when I got married, ain't no woman finna tell me what to do.
Okay,
And so I punished my wife for my dominant that my mother had and had to have. She was a
Okay.
15-year-old girl from Tunica, Mississippi.
Okay.
She had to be strong
Okay.
coming up in these
Okay.
Memphis streets.
Okay.
But I punished my wife, and for a long time, wouldn't let my wife talk, wouldn't let her raise a voice. When I was finished, that's it, we ain't got nothing else to talk about. And I was punishing my wife for my dominance that my mother had.
Mhm.
And my wife was punishing me for the abandonment issues that she had with her dad.
look, and let's talk again about Sunday evening,
Yes,
because
yes.
we done went off
Yeah,
our whole.
it's been
Yeah.
good though, brother.
Yeah, it's this has been a good one,
Yeah.
and we got to do more of these.
Yes.
And let me share with those in the community. There should never be competition between ministries.
Say that again, sir.
I ain't got no competition with what Pastor Floyd and Pursuit of God is doing He has none against what I'm doing at Naked Truth. My style may be different than his.
Right.
But we're two different
Both are
individuals.
necessary.
Right. But I find that is that with us both being in the same area, he's in Fraser, I'm in Raleigh, that we are probably in those the two strongest ministries, and his numbers may be bigger than mine, but what makes mine strongest is stronger than just numbers is the numbers I have with TV and social
Influence,
media.
international influence.
Right,
Yeah.
national and international influence. So we've got to come together. Churches have got, darlings, if y'all going to a church that all y'all getting is hooping and hollering and running and jumping, and you ain't got nothing. You are as empty coming out as you were going in. And I know traditional, and he's not traditional. He long-winded.
And my spirit transferred to you.
Yeah, God. Yeah, I'm good for an hour. I ain't preached 2 hours yet. Sunday.
Two.
I didn't preach on 2 hours Sunday.
Reverend, you should have did like Jesus, fed the folks, not let them run away hungry if you preach 2 hours.
We were talking about no rabbit, no eggs, just Jesus. But I found out, man, when I got through with the emotional part, my folks stayed around an extra, was an hour?
It was an hour.
Extra
That's
hour.
a sign of a healthy church.
Told you.
That's a sign of a healthy church.
And we went into
When
teaching,
when
man.
people stay around after the service is over. It's unhealthy when people say, I want to get my word. I just came to get my praise on. So I just came to get my word.
Okay.
That's a sign that your people are bonding together.
Okay.
A unit. Our Father, give us this day
our
word.
daily
That-
bread.
that means the solo spirit is leaving your church, and that's a good thing.
One of my members, I love her, Erica, who has not grown up in church. Well, the hoopla I was, I want you to teach me.
Yeah.
And I stopped and I listened to that because normally everybody ready to go. You know, I'm through by 12, sometimes 11:45. But they wanted to stay around because I went into a teaching mode, and I had to tell them, look, we're finna go.
Preaching is for salvation. Teaching is for transformation. See, the folks, okay, you didn't got me hyped. Now I'm ready to change now.
Okay.
Your preaching has made me trust that you have the authority to give me some transformation. Now, okay, I'm ready to change now. And that's what happened to you, sir.
And until the mind changes, until the mindset changes, there can be no physical change at all. The mind controls all of it. All right, the time is Sunday at 6 p.m.
3171 Signal.
How long is the documentary?
The documentary, I think, is about an hour and 20 minutes. We're gonna have popcorn, and it's not gonna be free. We're gonna use that for our youth program, Girls
Okay.
Institute.
Okay.
We're gonna let them have popcorn, M&M's, soda, just like the movie theater. Now, y'all will do it there. We don't have the movie theater prices. But we're gonna have popcorn, just like a movie theater. Cotton candy, all of that we're gonna have. But all of those proceeds of that are going to our children. We're not gonna take an offering up. We paid, the church paid for the documentary. So there's not gonna be, you can relax. Now, if the Lord moves you, we will receive. But 3171 Signal, Pursuit of God Transformation Center, the documentary, we're gonna start on time. We're not gonna do Negro time. We're starting on time, just like the movie theater. And then afterwards, we're gonna have the panel, Dr. Thaddeus Matthews, Dr. Futrail, Dr. Stephanie of Rhodes College, Imam Muhammad, Anthony Muhammad of Mosque 55, Colonel Sanders of the Memphis Police Department, myself, somebody is slipping my mind.
Anthony Muhammad,
I got Anthony Muhammad. But we've got, again, people who are active in the community, people who are touching the people of our community. And we want to talk about it. We want to listen to you. We want to cry together. We want to try to find some solutions to make Memphis a better place to live.
So I'm encouraging you this Sunday evening to come on out to the Pursuit of God Church. If you know anything about Fraser, if you know where the old Fraser,
Yeah.
used to be Fraser
High
High
School.
School. It's the what now? Its name.
MLK Prep, Martin Luther King Prep.
Okay, MLK.
Dr. Bobby White, thank you. Dr. Bobby White is gonna be there, who's
Okay,
over MLK
okay.
Prep, thank you.
Come and be there. If you have any concern for your boys and trying to make a difference in this community, then you need to come and be a part of what we've got going on, what Pastor Floyd has going on. And we need more pastors. We need pastors in this city not to be in competition with each other. Your church bigger than mine.
Yeah,
I'm the bishop, I'm the elder, I'm the this. We need to set up, there are over 4,000 black churches. What is it, 4,100 now, isn't it?
yeah, total churches.
Black churches in Memphis and Shelby County. Every church should have a mentoring program.
Every church.
Everyone.
If
Don't
you-
get mad.
Before you have a choir,
Ooh,
you ought to have a mentoring program.
yes.
Before you have a white hat Sunday, you ought to have a mentoring program. Tell them what days they need your mentoring program is again.
I'm on the first and third Saturdays. Our girls and our boys mentoring are at the very same time. We didn't have an 8 the first week out. If we got those
That's
8,
how many Noah had on his ship. That's enough to start.
Huh?
with. Noah had 8 on his
that's
ship.
all Noah
Yeah.
had on the ship. So I'm not worried. I used to worry about numbers. I don't worry about the numbers no more. We work with whatever it is that we have to work. I used to look for a whole lot of folk on the Sunday morning after I used to let the camera bother me. Look in the camera, ain't but 10, 15 folk out there. But I preach now as hard for those 10 or 15 as I would if there was 10 or 1,500 in there, because God sends you what you need. And I got sense enough to know that my ministry ain't gonna be for everybody, because this ain't your grandmama's church. You know, but I want everybody, and I want pastors to understand we can't hoop our way. I got 10 minutes, thank you. I thought you said 10. I ain't got but 2. All right, this has been a good program.
Thank you so much for having me on.
And we've wasted too much time with that other stuff, and we could have been doing this. But yeah, y'all see me and Ricky Floyd together again.
And it's real.
Yeah,
It's real.
yeah. And this is the way we got started.
This is it.
This is the way
Back
I
to the
met
basics.
him.
Yeah.
I wasn't in nobody's church. And
And I didn't want to know that as Matthew, and didn't want him to know me.
ooh,
What my wife tell you.
yeah. But we became like brothers.
Yeah,
And our bond is back together.
yeah.
And whatever and you other pastors in Fraser and Raleigh, if y'all ain't doing what y'all need to do, don't get mad at us.
Yeah. Because we're not competing, we're completing each other.
Yeah, not competing, but completing. I like that. Let me do
Okay.
these couple of commercials. R&S Appliance Repair, Raphael Smith and Iris told me you came out to the house today, and she was a good girl. I love Iris to death. Young black man, 33 years old, with 13 years of experience. Worked with Best Buy, worked with Sears. He services all of your kitchen and laundry appliances, your stoves, your garbage disposals, refrigerators, microwaves, dishwashers, washers, and dryers. Give him a call. I got to cut it a little short. Area code 901-620-8572. 620-8572. Don't forget, if you're looking for black-owned cleaners, DMC Cleaners, 62 Fairway at 3rd in the Westwood area. Black, full service. If you get your clothes in by 9, you can get them back the same day. In fact, when you take your dry cleaning, if you pay in advance, you only pay half price. And D to G screenshots. They made this lovely T-shirt, and I'm gonna try to see if I can give one to Pastor Floyd that said, "Jim Strickland, get the hell out of our office." We're gonna try to do this. He'll be wearing one for direct to garment printing. Hey, and if you need some T-shirts, man, he's right up the street from you.
Where?
Right there at Delwood and Watkins, and that
Oh,
little
that's,
strip.
yeah, he used to
strip
do
mall.
my graphics when I first got started over
Okay,
there.
yeah, quick turnaround,
Yeah.
no minimums required, no screen setups, no
Yeah.
color images, whether you need some repairs, shirts, class reunions, whatever you can take a picture of, he can put it on
Yeah.
a T-shirt. Area code 901-279-0434. 279-0434. Again, thank you, Chief, for letting me go over. I know I'm past 2 minutes now. Thank Pastor Ricky Floyd for being here, Pastor of the Pursuit of God Transformation Center. We're going to be looking for you at 6 p.m. on this Sunday evening. I'll give you the address,
Yeah.
and we'll talk more about it the next couple of nights as well. Thank you so much for being a part of the show tonight. Hope that you enjoyed it. Until tomorrow evening, top of the evening to you.
Good show, Reverend.
Yes, it
We still
was.
got it. We still got chemistry.
Yes.